Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Meek here. Bit of a weird video today because I didn't think I would actually be recording this video. Sorry for the really bad lighting. Again, I'm in front of a window. I've actually got the curtain shut and it's still insanely... We're on ISO 200. Oh my, it's so bright in here. It's good, it means I can film videos, but this little inaccuracy kind of random light kind of has to be there, unfortunately. So this is going to be a pretty fun video. It's going to be, are pre-made desktops still worth it? Now, as you guys know, I'm a strong believer in building your own system. I've done it for my friends, my family, and other people. You know, I've actually just built systems because I do believe it's the best way. But if you're going into the pre-built market, where should you go? Now, this isn't necessarily for gaming, but if you're a bit of a techie, but your parents won't let you build your own PC, they might let you upgrade it, but they won't let you build it. You have to get one with a warranty, and everything's fine. Well, then you're probably going to go to Dell. Let's face it, they probably make the best pre-made desktops, and I've worked with Dell like with the laptops, and this isn't going to include laptops, guys. I do have them, but that's not how we roll. That's not what we're doing. I'm also not going to include, you're not going to be able to see this, but the iMacs. I'm not going to include any of the Macs, unfortunately. Like this one. Oh, this bastard. I'm not going to include that because, well, number one, it's heavy. No, but honestly, it just works a bit differently. So we're going to get into, there are two types of these pre-made systems, and I'm going to work with Dell because I have two Dell computers right here, so they're the easiest to compare because they do make both sides of the argument. Some system builders like Dell and HP make very proprietary connectors and very proprietary made systems, which means they're not made to be upgraded in any way possible. And then they also make systems that do have a little bit of flexibility and functionality that can be changed. So the first system we've got here, although both these systems are broken, by the way, guys, there's a Dell, and this is the one I was talking about before. Let me get you the right way. This is the system I was talking about to start with. Very proprietary. You can see all these cables. There's literally one plug on the end of all these leads, and they're that short. So there's the power supply right there. That's how short the connectors are. This is very proprietary. It's not made to be upgraded. You've got two legacy PCI slots and a PCI, like I guess you could put an SSD in there if you wanted to. It's like a small slot. This isn't going to work for most people. As you can see, we've got two DIMM slots there. Came with 512 megs in each slot, giving 1 gig. I've actually got 2 gigs of RAM in here right now. I think I'm going to take it out because it's actually quite good RAM. It's Kingston DDR2. And as you can see the CPU kind of area is all sealed off. It is removable, but yeah, and as you can see, this is not standard ATX because the parts on the back, as you can see, the IO shield is not removable, and the PCI slot covers are not only short, but they're also in the wrong place. They should be below, and like all the connectors and everything is wrong. This is the wrong kind of system. You do not want one of these. What you do want, although you don't want this one because as you'll see, it's like completely broken, is one of these. So this is you are not mistaken. This frame is bent out of place. There were some issues with Angra, but there you go. So you've got a standard micro ATX board. This is actually a standard. You've got a full PCI Express 16x slot with no card in it originally, but you can upgrade it if you want to. So you can go put a graphics card in here or a really high-end SSD or something like that. You've then got a standard PCI Express slot. I believe that's ×4. Then you've got two legacy slots, so if you've got any legacy cards like sound cards or Ethernet cards, you can do that. Then we've got 4 DIMM slots instead of the 2 that were on the other system. This system, I believe, came with 3 gigs of RAM, but it was 2 1 gigs and 2 512s. And then our CPU is a 775 socket, and everything is removable, so you can actually get access to that. The power supply is a standard ATX power supply, meaning there are actually extra cables in the case, and the cables are long enough for you to route round to the hard drive cage. Again, you can put, I believe, 3 hard drives in here. One at the bottom, one there, and then one in this little like horizontal one here. Then you've got 2 5¼ inch bays, so you can put 2 disk drives in here if you want to. It's upgradable. This is an ATX standard system, or this one's micro ATX, but ATX is the standard, so it's a normal fit power supply. You can put pretty much any power supply in here as long as you've got room. You've got a micro ATX, you can put any micro ATX motherboard in here. The only thing that I have to say about the system that is really annoying is the IO shield is not removable. So if you could get creative with a Dremel and just like take that out and just put another one in, then I would recommend that. But that's the only thing that is I guess, not modular about this system. Now, this did actually come with a front panel, but like I said, there were anger issues and that got removed quite quickly. So there are your two types of systems. I would recommend the latter, even if you can upgrade the motherboard because the I/O shield is not removable. You can at least put more RAM, you know, a new CPU, new graphics card, more hard drives, SSDs. That's actually got 4 SATA ports. The first one we had a look at only had 1 SATA port, and that was for the hard drive, and you could only have 1 hard drive or 1 SSD, but I don't know why you'd use an SSD in a system as old as one of these. It is quite incredible the difference between these two systems, even though they're made around the same time by the same company. They're two completely different systems, and if you really want that, if you really want to have one of these, that you can get them for like £10-20 on eBay or Gumtree or your, you know, Craigslist or whatever is quite, you know, local to you. But for me, I would again just advise making your own system, because you can make it, number one, newer, number two, what you want, and number three, you are gaining an experience from it. You will then learn how to build a computer. If you really don't care about all that, go and buy it pre-made. But anyway, that's been a bit of a weird video from me, guys. It's Ryan Thomas, and I'll see you later.